Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Monday afternoon, May 18th. We're looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader, and a remarkable day for the bulls. After a huge gap higher, we just methodically continued to climb most of the day until M period happened. All we had was a 21-cent pullback when we finally stopped one-time framing up. I was looking for a lot more than that. Even through HIJKL, I was looking for this market to get the week longs shook out. And so what happens? It doesn't happen to M period as we rip higher for a price probe again, and then have a reversal bar and rip and close at the low of M's time frame. Decent day, far from anything spectacular. Did not trade much at all. In fact, I did not make a trade after I period. So the day started on a tremendous gap, right? Here's Friday's high. We gapped higher, looked below the open a little bit, basically had an open test drive, went higher, B period, tried below the opening. C never got close to it, and that was all she wrote for any hope for any sellers to try to get back into that gap. Now, even though we had a trend day up, and we did, we have one set of single prints that held. We had three at one point. It does turn into a P shape for short covering. Volume 107 million, with about 15 million of it coming in that last half hour. So certainly nothing great. It's going to be better than average, no doubt, but nothing spectacular. So we have a tremendous gap below us, just like we had a tremendous gap above us back in February. As far as opportunity, so A period open, I said I'm not going to do anything right away on the long side. I said I would possibly short either last week's high or last month's high before we come out of an inside month to the upside. I did not do that. We do have an inside month up. Right now it held by 6 cents. 294.88 was that monthly high. 294.94 is the close. But what I did do in A period, when we got above the opening for the first, after we finally got above it, I got long. And then I did a couple of add-ons that made it into basically an A and B trade. I kept it the same trade, and they weren't big, but they added up. I did a 15 lot, took it off, came back, got below the opening, added 15, that went up, took it off, came back again, added back on. I thought the odds of starting a one-time frame down with the indices up that strong was slim. I was actually hoping it would rip lower, taper, get right back into balance, and then get a nice, much bigger call position. But it didn't happen. But that trade, which basically went over A and B period, worked out nice. My best trade of the day was in C period. As soon as we took out B's high, got long. Now, I took it off basically at A's high. Now, the single started. I was tempted to get long. I didn't. The next two trades I did were two small short ones because I was waiting for a flush out. I was waiting for an afternoon pullback low to get long. Right? We just grinded higher in C and D. E had the inside bar. F took it out, came right back up. G did it. I took a small short. I was waiting for G to take out F and maybe even fill the singles and get an afternoon pullback low and go long. I ended up taking off for a small loss because, like I said, 21 cents we got. From E's low to G's low is 21 cents out of a day that we were up over 3%. And then again, I took one in I, looking for that flush out, possibly to get down and see if G is really out afternoon pullback low. That one I made small on. Now, with each new high, we did keep coming back in, right? Well, I didn't make a high. Well, actually, did by a tick. We had a poor high. So I, J, K, L, and even M all came back in. So you could have faded each one. I didn't do it. I just watched it. It was a slow grind. Had a decent day. That's it. M finally has the flush I was looking for. I don't think you could read too much into that. That's just longs finally getting out. Okay. Destinations for tomorrow. First one on the upside, and the only one is today's high of 296.75. So that's $1.80 away from where we closed. We came back really hard in M period. Then above that, we don't have anything to 298.78, which is a daily high, and then fill in the gap at 300.01, 123-point gap from March 6th, and 304.18 afternoon rally high from March 5th. For the downside, we go out with a price probe. Now, yes, the price probe is at 296.07. We closed at 294.94. It's over $1 below it. So why am I using it? Because M period is your last time frame. If A period opens down here, yes, it's rejected. But if A period opens up here tomorrow, it's accepted. We will not know. So 296.07, your price probe. Then the afternoon pullback low, G's low of 294.53. The one set of single prints, D's low 294.47, filling the single prints A's high at 294.19. And then today's low of 292.70, and then filling the gap at 286.33, 637-point gap. We have a 673-point gap all the way up on the upside from back on February 4th in the 325 level. Two huge gaps we have to deal with. Now, let's go to the charts. And believe me, this was such a mechanical day today. Total short-term traders in control. Monthly. Two huge things the monthly did today. Took out last month's high, so it's an inside month up, and stopped the one-time framing down. So we're firmly in balance right now with an inside month up. Now, it's only up by 6 cents, but it's still above it, and we're not going to know to the end of the month how successful it was. But still, a feather in the bull's cap for finally accomplishing that, and above the trend line. Weekly, I'm going to call it balanced up. Yes, we're above all 3 weeks' highs here, but it's only Monday, so I'm not going to clearly call the weekly up. Yes, I'm calling it balanced to up right now. Okay? And above the 287 very nicely right now. And then the daily, this is the one I'll call up because it's the shortest time frame. We're above this entire 27-day balance for now. Doesn't mean it's going to stay above it, but right now we are. So it's up. My huge gap is my main focus. Next stop for the bulls is this gap, the 200-day moving average. Then above that, they have really clear sailing up into this tremendous gap up here. So this gap, I'm sorry, not here, from here to here. So again, for the most part, it wasn't the easiest day. Stayed out of trouble, made some money, very few trades. The room basically did okay. We stayed out of trouble, which is what you really want to see. That's great. I hope you had a good day trading. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org, and I'll speak to you prior to the opening tomorrow.